A video taken at the World Economic Forum shows director Klaus Schwab plotting with Google co-founder Sergey Brin to install brain implants in our heads so that the globalist World Economic Forum can measure your brain waves and read your thoughts. According to WEF director Klaus Schwab, the mega-rich heir of a Third Reich industrialist, the brain implants will be rolled out inside 10 years, and there is nothing you can do about it. The disturbing mind control fantasy laid out by a clearly aroused Klaus Schwab was recorded during a 2017 World Economic Forum summit in Davos, Switzerland, and has only recently surfaced in the public domain. According to Schwab's timeline for the rolling out of the brain implants, they will be in use by 2027. That's just 5 years from now. The resurfaced video comes on the heels of several other disturbing video clips and statements in which Schwab and his fellow elites at the WEF have openly expressed their desire to live a life of degradation and humiliation before falling victim to a mass extinction event. The WEF is now openly attempting to force humanity to eat bugs and insects and drink recycled toilet water, block out the sun with space bubbles, capture powerful positions in penetrated governments worldwide, and finally, wipe out at least 94% of the world's population. The WEF is so arrogant in its goals and so certain that they can't be stopped that they're willing to admit their nefarious goals to the public. During his 2017 talk on forcing implants into the brains of ordinary humans and tracking their every thought, Schwab was joined on stage by Google co-founder Sergey Brin, a key player in the big tech transhumanist scene. Transhumanist artificial intelligence touches every single one of Google's main projects, ranging from search to photos to ads, Brin said on stage alongside Schwab, adding that WEF-approved tech tyranny touches everything we do. Lauding advancements in what has become openly anti-human technology, Schwab told Brin and those in the audience that within 10 years, everybody on Earth will be wearing brain implants. This will allow the WEF and their associates to measure your brainwaves and immediately tell you how the people react. Very useful data, I'm sure you'll agree, for the elites in pursuit of their goal of worldwide totalitarian fascism with the human race on its knees. Can you imagine in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, I can measure your brainwaves and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers, Schwab said to Brin, who looked on with amazement. You cannot stop it, Schwab bragged of his tyrannical plan.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
I think that is imaginable. I think you can imagine that. You can imagine, well, you're going to be sort of transplanted into the internet, so to speak, to live forever in a digital realm.
This isn't the first time the WEF has admitted that they're fascinated by the possibilities inherent in mind control technology. Earlier this year, they were caught scrubbing the internet of their plans for using mind control on the masses via cutting-edge soundwave technology. Unfortunately for Klaus Schwab's WEF, the internet is forever. In 2018, they published an article entitled "Mind Control Using Sound Waves? We Ask a Scientist How It Works." Of course, it was scrubbed from their site, but thanks to the Wayback Machine, we have the evidence of their technocratic depravity. Technology is at the heart of Klaus Schwab's not-so-secret agenda. Last week, his deputy, Yuval Noah Harari, explained that the global elites will survive an upcoming mass extinction event courtesy of a technological Noah's Ark.
One of the biggest dangers in the technological utopianism, that, the technology will solve it, is a kind of Noah Ark syndrome, like in the Bible with the flood, that yes, eventually they built an ark, but just for 5 people or something like that. Right. Almost everybody drowned. And there is a very big danger that with climate change, when people talk about what's our future going to be like, there is no us. There is no our future. humanity might divide into a majority maybe of people who would suffer tremendously and a minority that will have the resources, the wealth, the technology to protect themselves and even flourish in some kind of technological Noah's Ark.
If you don't want a future in which you and your children wear brain implants that allow the globalist elite to read and control your minds, it's time to make a stand. If you are interested in averting a mass extinction event survived by a tiny minority of the global population aboard their technological Noah's Ark,
we are wondering what is happening to the world. Everything is changing.